is one of the most iconic artists to come out the 2021 lockdown era. Her relatable lyrics, unique voice, and genius use of samples in production has culminated to her getting a top 20 charting album in the UK, which is not bad for a now 22-year-old. This video is going to be discussing the rise of PinkPantheress and, in my opinion, the 3 most vital reasons as to why she blew up and how she blew up so quickly. And make sure you guys stay tuned to the end, because I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step guide on how to replicate this success for yourself if you so choose to. And it doesn't have to be just for music. Even if you're selling phone cases, lighting, cars, you can use these techniques for your business. You may be wondering, why would I spend my hours, my time, my energy researching how PinkPantheress blew up? Well, that's because I'm a digital marketer and creative consultant. I've worked with healthcare companies, dating apps, children's camps, musical artists, tech companies to help create and run creative campaigns to take their brand to the next level. And I want to help you at least understand how you're getting marketed to, so that way if you want to use it for your own business, you can. And if you just want to know how smart the people you look up to and listen to their music are, I got you. I'm gonna help you. And if you want to work with me to help take your brand to the next level, click on the link below and we can get it popping in the chat. I feel like the first reason why she was able to blow up so quickly is because she found her uniqueness and she found her sound. So stick with me. PinkPantheress gives me like 2006, 2010 vibes. Do you know what I mean? And she was probably like born in like 2000. So it's crazy. She dresses like she's from the MySpace era. Her music is just really reminiscent of like the good old times, like England back in the day. You know what I mean? You know that drum and bass garage era that UK was going through, like Chasing Status and all that vibes? Like that is like the kind of music she reminds me of, but it's like the new age, like the 2021 version. You get what I mean? She also was able to kind of take influence from, like, you know, the lo-fi beats to study to, which I used to actually study to, crazy. She has like a lo-fi hip-hop type vibe in there, but then she also has like a little chopped and screwed vibe in her music as well. And those sounds are resurging, like they're coming back into mainstream music, right? So she was very early on able to identify that and include those elements in her music as well. She says her influences range from alt rock to Michael Jackson to K-pop. So you can tell she has a very eclectic ear. You can tell she listens to a varied range of music, and not really, I would say, music from this era. She also said she has an emo phase, and I believe her. She says that she's listened to Blink-182, My Chemical Romance, Paramore, old school rock. Like, I don't even know what the rock of today is, but that's like rock we used to listen to when we were younger, right? We all went through that emo phase, right? But like, you can definitely see the effect that has had on her music. And I watched one interview of hers, and she said that she has the same ear from when she was 10. So like, she basically just got stuck in that era and never left. But the rest of us started listening to like City Girls and Young Miami. She was like, no, I'm gonna listen to Paramore. Back to the use of her sampling. She does sample, but she doesn't sample like incredibly popular music from now, or just incredibly popular music. I feel like the music she does sample, we know it, but we would never be able to be like, it's that song. Do you get what I mean? Like, it was songs that were big from like when we were like kids, but it's like, I can't be like, yeah, this is that song. It's not really on the nose sampling. I think she does sampling very well, where it does sound like exactly the other song, but in her own way. You know, it's not just like a rinse and repeat type of vibe. She sampled Signal Drift, Sweet Female Attitude, Linkin Park. Out of those 3, how many of these artists do you know? Just Linkin Park. And you probably only know Linkin Park because of that song like, Together We Made It. And we made it even though we had our backs up against the wall. What she would do to help find her sound, she would release 30-second clips on TikTok, 30-second clips on SoundCloud, see what people's reactions are, and then make full songs based off of those clips. She was really keeping her ear to the ground, listening to her fan base. Like, what do you guys actually want me to make? Like, what kind of music do you actually want me to make? And I think that's really important, because it's like, you're listening to your fan base, but beyond that, you're not necessarily being controlled by your fan base. And I think that's what a lot of artists have an issue with. They don't want to be controlled. They still want their artistic expression, but they don't want to be controlled. But the thing is, if you're already making music like that, then that is your artistic expression. You're now just bringing it to other people like, do you like this? Yes or no? But as long as you're still making the music that you would have already made, that you still are expressing yourself artistically. And so I feel like all those things culminated to be this new nostalgic, which is what she calls her music, new nostalgic. And I think it's such a perfect name for her type of music, because it really is nostalgic sounding music from the 2020s. You know what I mean? So that wraps up point number one. She was able to find her own unique sound. And what we can learn from this is that, so for example, there's like 100 brands of cars out there, but each car has its own uniqueness. Do you get what I mean? A Mercedes and a BMW, they are different. Do you get what I mean? And so what I get from Mercedes, I might not be able to get from BMW. And what I get from BMW, I might not be able to get from Mercedes. They both provide and offer different things, and I might want one thing one day and something another day. So it's so important, like when you're coming out with something, don't just copy what everybody's done because it's worked for them. Take elements like PinkPantheress has done, take samples from other people, but then find a way to make it yourself. No one wants a rinse and repeat. No one wants a copy and paste. Why would I go and get the copy when I could just get the original? So the second thing I think she did incredibly well was being intentional and manifesting. So she's really big on manifesting, really big on, creating a goal and going for it. And I think even if you're not a manifesting person, you're not a praying person, you're not a spiritual person, I think it's really important that whatever you want to do, you set an intention and then do it. Don't just... She even said, I want to be famous. I want to be a star. She knew she wanted to be a star. So she had that intention. So everything after that, every move she made was with that in mind, and she was able to do really well. So she wanted to be famous, but she wanted to remain anonymous. So she found a way to blow up on TikTok without having to show her face as much as maybe the average person would. And it worked for her. Her technique worked for her. She said she studied TikTok for over a year before she even started releasing music. A year. Do you have that much patience to chill for a year, let yourself develop as an artist, develop as a business owner, develop as a CEO, and just watch the market and see what the market is telling you and respond to that market before you come and drop your product into this overly saturated market? It's that patience. It's that knowing that I know I'm going to be a star. I know I'm going to be the best at this. So I don't mind having a bit more patience just to really, really make sure that when I start dropping, I'm dropping properly. Like I said prior, she would drop clips, see what got the most traction, and then double down on that, as opposed to just dropping anything from anywhere because it's trendy and hoping for the best. She also chose a great time to drop. Now, I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but she dropped during the third lockdown era of the UK. In the UK, we had like 3 different lockdowns. A joke. And the music she was making was like the type of music you could like rave to in your room. Like it's that jumpy, but it's not overly jumpy, and it's like, it's still kind of cool and calm. Like it's like a slow and fast vibe. The time she dropped was really perfect for her, actually. Do you get what I mean? So it's about perfect timing, intention, knowing what you want to do, and having confidence in yourself that you will be able to do it. And she also used to consistently drop music. It is so important that when you decide to drop whatever you're going to drop, whether it be a product, whether it be a clothing line, whether it be some fake nails, you are consistent. Do not start, and stop, because all that signals to your fan base, to your customer base, to your target audience, to the people that you're trying to sell to, is that I don't know what I'm doing and I'm just flapping about. She released music consistently, effectively. She said it took like about 5 songs for her to blow up. And she said that she was dropping on SoundCloud literally every day, and she would only have like 20 followers. It's that belief in yourself and conviction that it doesn't matter that I don't have the numbers now. I'm going to just keep dropping, keep doing it regardless. It's consistency, and it's being effective when you drop. So she was learning from every drop and refining it. So the next time she dropped, it was better and it was hitting harder. Just telling you the truth. And I think she was really, really smart in ensuring that she was using samples to go viral. You might call her a sample artist, you might not call her a sample artist. She was using samples, nostalgic songs that people knew but they didn't know too well, and that was the key to success. That was her formula, and that's what made her blow. Find your formula. Find your little cheat code. Cheats. I'm here for cheating. Cheats! Whatever you need to do. Is it that you have to pay someone to put you on someone radio? Pay them! Is it that you have to pay someone to feature your clothing brand on a magazine? Cheat, just cheat. Is it that you see that Chanel bag, that the way they designed it, and you said that you want to copy it slightly? Copy it now. It's a means to an end until you get to the point where you want to be, where you can then be as free as possible. Do you get what I mean? When you have the money rolling in, the cash rolling in, the notoriety, the fame, then you can be creative. Then you can do whatever you want. But until then, while we're in grind mode, while we're in phase mode, we're going to cheat. Okay? I endorse cheating on this channel. Okay? Pause. Before I continue, I just wanted to stop and say that if you like this video, and if you like videos analyzing marketing campaigns in pop culture, you would definitely like my channel. So give me a little subscribe, give me a little like. Let's keep this channel growing. Yay! I have a goal of 100k subscribers by the end of January. So help me. So the last point I wanted to touch on and give you the step-by-step guide for. So this is what I believe you should do with any brand, any company, any business that you're doing, any artist. I'm gonna give you the tea right here. Identify your target audience. She identified her target audience. The people she knew that would probably listen to her music, probably the ages of maybe 16, 14 to maybe like 24, 25, probably no later than 30. Now, as time grows and more people listen to your music, then that target audience will expand. But at the beginning, when you are just having one listener, one customer, one person, you identify who that person is. Make a list of what the person's characteristics are. Make a little drawing of them. So you are very clear about who your target audience is. Contingent on your target audience, you will find out how they will discover and digest your product. Okay? So we'll use PinkPantheress, for example. Her target audience, for the people they are, the age they are, the demographic they are, probably discover music on TikTok. All right? There's other ways you can discover music. Playlists, radio, I don't know, other stuff. But for her, it was TikTok. By the way, guys, I'm also an artist, so if you want to listen to my music, description bar. Then when she decided and realized how they digest and discover music, she then went to that platform, TikTok, and then went crazy on the promo. You guys make it so hard for yourself sometimes, trying to do everything at once. Choose one thing, stick to it for a period of time, get your results, and then decide if you're going to continue or try something new. But don't just do everything because you're listening to thousands of people's marketing advice and you're just trying to do everything at once. If you are going to do playlists, find all the playlists, do all the playlists, use all the playlists, and then after a year, be like, did the playlist work? Yes or no? But you can't be like, today I'm trying Facebook ads. Tomorrow I'm trying playlists. Tomorrow I'm trying TikTok. Like, baby, especially when it's just you or like a small team, you cannot do everything. There's no point trying to do everything. A lot of people, they blow up on one thing and then it spreads naturally, organically to the rest. A lot of people, they'll blow up on YouTube and then eventually people then start following them on Instagram, following them on TikTok. But it's like, yo, you can't do everything at once. There's no point trying to. Do you get what I mean? She then thought about how her audience would digest her music. They like relatable quote music that just is like I can lip sync to, and music that I can like put a nice caption and it makes sense. So she had really quirky, relatable lyrics for TikTok, you know what I mean? And for her target audience. Step 3, whatever step that is, find a way that makes it incredibly easy for your target audience to want to reshare what you have to offer them. In PinkPantheress' case, it was the quirky, digestible, relatable music. She also had really sad lyrics and like, I don't know why Gen Z were just so sad. So we love sad music. It doesn't make any sense, but she identified that that's what the case was. Doubled down. And just in general, she knows how to use social media. Do you know what I mean? She knows how to use social media well. Social media, you might be a person, oh, I hate social media. Babes, I have something to tell you. That shit's not going away anytime soon. And do you even want it to go away? Like, as much as you hate Instagram, do you really want Instagram to go? That's where all your friends are. Or like if I was to delete my Instagram today, like I'd lose contact with so many people because like I don't have their numbers. Social media is the new norm. So instead of you saying I hate social media, grow up. Grow up, please. Because she knew how to use social media, her promo didn't seem like promo. It was very authentic. It was very pure. It was organic to her. So it didn't feel very forced. I think it's good to find ways that do not feel forced to you to promote your music. So that way or promote your brand or your product. So that way it doesn't feel cringe. Like, don't cringe yourself out. That's so important. You don't want to cringe yourself out. If you cringe yourself out, you're not going to want to share the things that you are producing. So find ways of promoting it. That's just like, you'll be watching this just like, damn, I was smart for that. I was really smart. Because of all of this and how she was able to use social media, she was able to have organic growth and create a really, really strong fan base. Like, I am part of the Pantheresses. or whatever we call ourselves. I am a part of it. She was very strategic, very strategic. Don't ever think for a second that this was accidental. She knew what she was doing. She took a year to plan this shit. And well done to her. A year well spent. Imagine if you knew that you could just spend 1 year to plan something well, and then it would make you blow for a lifetime. That's a good trade-off. Consider taking your time. So basically, step by step, identify your target audience, understand your target audience, target your target audience. So to end, what did we learn from this? Do your research. Research. You can never be too smart. You think you know some shit? I don't believe you. You can never be too smart. Even me, a marketing consultant, I still read marketing books all the time. I still watch videos on marketing all the time because I'm always trying to expand my knowledge beyond what I already know. Do your research. Number 2, make a plan and stick to it. Make a plan and stick to it. Gen Z, we have an attention problem. We don't be sticking to shit. Make a plan and stick to it, okay? And then gather your results, analyze the results, and then make a decision after that. Don't just do something and then stop halfway and then just be like, it didn't work. It didn't work because you didn't stick to the plan, okay? Number 3, consistency is key. It doesn't matter if no one is looking at your stuff now. You don't know who is watching your stuff. You don't know who is looking at your product, who's looking at your brand, who's watching your music and listening to your music. It could be Tim Cook. It could be Oprah Winfrey. It could be anyone. You might only have 7 views, but they're one of your 7 views and they're like, I want to put this person in a position where they can reach 100,000 people. But that only comes from consistency and truly believing in yourself and your source. And that cannot be taught. You got to learn. Believe in your source. You are the only one that can do what you do, and that's be you. So do it. Number 4, understand your audience, where they go to find your product, and how you can make it very easy for them to find your product. I've beaten this point to death, so I'm not going to continue to discuss it. So if you liked this video, make sure you go check out my video on Rihanna's red hair and why. It was just so iconic and the best and cheapest form of marketing I've ever seen. Yeah. And don't forget, if you want to have a consultation with me about creating a marketing campaign to take your brand to the next level, definitely click on the Calendly link below. I'm going to help you. We're going to help each other. Thank you. Bye.